So Baidu just launched two new AI models, Ernie 4.5 and Ernie X1. They surprised everyone by making them free on their ErnieBot platform earlier than planned. Yes, totally free. This move has made the whole tech world excited, with Baidu now openly challenging big names like OpenAI, Google, DeepSeek, and Tencent by giving advanced AI tools to everyone, not just big companies. Now, Baidu isn't new to the AI space. They were one of the first big players in China to release a generative AI platform back in 2023. But it didn't get popular like ChatGPT when OpenAI launched. Competition was tough from companies like ByteDance, which released its own AI chatbot that became really popular, and from a startup called DeepSeek that shook the industry by saying it had a reasoning model as good as the best US models, but much cheaper. Imagine telling these huge companies, "We can do what you do, but for less." That really got everyone's attention. Now, let's talk about Baidu's new models. First is Ernie 4.5, which Baidu calls their newest foundation model. That means it can do many tasks because it learned from a huge amount of data. It's called multimodal, so it's not just about text. It can handle images, maybe audio, maybe video, and more. They say it's better at language, logic, and memory. They even claim it has a high EQ, meaning it understands those funny cartoons and memes we share online. Baidu focused a lot on how well Ernie 4.5 does with tasks like Doc VQA, which is about reading and understanding complicated documents. It scored over 90 there, a big deal for anyone working with contracts or research papers. Baidu even compared Ernie 4.5's overall performance to GPT 4.0, sharing this super exact score of 77.77% for VQA and more. The point is, if you're a researcher or developer working with images, text, or both, you might be really interested in a model like Ernie 4.5 that could beat some big names. Next is Ernie X1, which Baidu calls their reasoning or deep thinking model. They're saying it's as good as DeepSeek's R1 model, but costs half as much. They also highlight that Ernie X1 scores well in tests like CMMLU, which checks Chinese knowledge, Chinese simple Q&A, and a math test called Math 500. Ernie X1 even beat GPT 4.5 in that math test. That's huge because in AI, being good at math and logic means your model can do much more. Some people are already finding great value in Baidu's free AI models. For example, Siti, a researcher in Indonesia, had a hard time studying satellite images and data until Ernie 4.5 became free, helping her get her work done in Jakarta. A developer named Ernie wanted to build a homework assistant but couldn't afford strong AI tools until Ernie X1 came out for free. Baidu says this is about making AI available to everyone, helping developers and researchers who couldn't afford these tools before. But the big question is, why make it free if advanced AI costs so much to build? Well, it's a smart move that could help them get a huge user base in the AI world. Once people use your model, you get a lot of real-world data. More data means better models, making them more attractive for big deals, research, or partnerships. Even if the AI is free, if it runs on Baidu's cloud, or is part of Baidu Search, they can still make money indirectly. They also said they'll start open sourcing some of the Ernie models by June 30th, following DeepSeek's lead. It's like a race to see who can attract the most developers and users. Tencent released a model in February that they say works faster than DeepSeek's, and they even added DeepSeek's tech into their apps. Alibaba teamed up with Apple for AI on Apple devices in China and promised to invest around 380 billion yuan, about $52 billion, in AI over 3 years. Alibaba also launched a new version of its AI assistant, powered by an open-source reasoning model called Qwen. ByteDance, the company behind TikTok, is also in the generative AI game with a chatbot that quickly became popular. Everyone is fighting for attention, users, and maybe trying to see who can offer powerful AI at the lowest price. And it's not just companies. The Chinese government is also investing in AI, with local governments in Beijing, Shanghai, Guangdong, and Zhurong building AI hubs. Shanghai is talking about creating a space for open innovation and data sharing. Meanwhile, Guangdong is offering up to 8 million yuan in subsidies per AI or robotics project. AI researchers say China's AI market could grow to 811 billion yuan by 2028. That's crazy growth, and shows why Baidu and others are making these big moves. Another interesting part of this story is that Baidu already put DeepSeek's R1 reasoning model into its search engine. So they know how strong DeepSeek is, but Baidu wants to be the main platform for AI at scale, from chatbots for everyday users to big solutions for companies. Baidu also claims that Ernie X1 is the first deep thinking model that can use tools on its own. They make a big deal about their cost advantage. For example, Ernie 4.5 might cost only 1% of what GPT 4.5 costs. Plus, the actual cost of using Ernie 4.5 could be as low as 0.4 yuan per 1,000 tokens for input, and 0.16 yuan per 1,000 tokens for output. That's a game changer for small startups and individuals. But of course, the big question is if Baidu can keep this up. Training and running advanced AI models is expensive. Making the models free is great for attention and getting users, but they still have to pay for cloud servers, research, data centers, and more. Baidu's finances grew well in 2024 with a 26% jump in cloud income, but they also had a 6% drop in non-GAAP net income, showing that it might be hard to keep offering AI for free. Still, early results are exciting. Baidu says millions of users rushed to try ErnieBot after the free announcement. Developers quickly tested Ernie 4.5's multimodal skills, using it to analyze X-rays with patient history or to read charts for finance. The potential is huge if Baidu can keep improving and running their servers. Some people are even calling March 16, 2025, the day that changed AI development, at least in China, because it's when a big player challenged the idea that you must pay a lot for advanced AI. There's also the question of how Western companies will react. DeepSeek's success with cheaper models has already pushed others to release new models fast. OpenAI might feel the need to speed up GPT-5 or lower prices. Baidu also says Ernie X1 is better at Chinese tasks, especially logic and reasoning, which could give them an advantage in China. In this market, ByteDance and Tencent won't let Baidu take all the attention. Tencent launched Hunyuan Turbo S earlier this year, which they say is twice as fast. ByteDance gained millions of users when they launched Dubao. Meanwhile, Alibaba worked with Apple to create AI solutions for iPhones in China and set aside billions for AI. People are now realizing that AI is going through a major change. In the past, advanced AI was only for rich companies and big labs. But now, with Baidu and DeepSeek offering free or cheap models, people like that researcher in Indonesia and the developer in Jakarta can level up. Teachers in remote areas might start using AI for better lessons. Local hospitals could use it to read X-rays. So it's not just hype, it's changing daily life. Of course, some people wonder if Baidu will later introduce paid plans. Maybe basic use stays free, but special features or bigger limits cost money. That's pretty common, like how some websites work. But right now, Baidu is focusing on the idea of AI for everyone, which sounds good to both governments and businesses, especially in a country full of small and medium businesses wanting to grow and automate. So yeah, that's the whole story. Let me know what you think down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.